Hello all, it's James Johnson, aka Sulphurblade. Welcome back to my channel, welcome back to my content, and welcome back to Puffin Planes. This is basically another message for the developer, and this is also the beta iteration, the latest beta iteration of Puffin Planes. And I think, once again, the developer is on the right track. What are the main things I want to go over? So the primary things that he seems to have added here this time around is better statistics. Like, for example, if we click on finances here, we can see a pretty good breakdown of what's going on financially. If we click on this was always good, right? There was never any problems here with this information at that button. When we click on the airplane market, we see that we have maybe there's 115 Sateo Picos available for purchase? 132 in use. We can now see how many we're using in our fleet. This is a good addition. I like this. Oh, that's how many passengers can probably be stuck on the plane. All right, that makes sense. 115 looks a little high, but then I've got the tech to make it so. So yeah, 115 capacity. That makes sense to me. And yeah, we can now see that we have 132 in use. Good addition. I like it. When we click on airlines, we bring up this information, but it still doesn't sort in order of who's winning. I'm going to reiterate, this really needs to be sorted in order of who is the winning airline right now and who's the losingest airline right now. It's not in logical order. It's in random order. Please, please, please order this properly. Okay, statistics. This statistics page is way better. Like, immensely better. Everything here is clear, legible, very good. 2 thumbs up. When we click on the policies and upgrades, we come to this. And when we click on Puffin tokens, we come to this. So we still have 2 buttons that go to the exact same place. It's not a big deal, but it's strange that there's 2 buttons that go to the same location. Just saying. Ultimately, there's not much I can harp on this time around. The one thing I can harp on this time around is, for whatever reason, the changes to how we do the pricing is terrible. I can't specifically set my prices. The slider bar was far preferable. Now the best I can do is hit low when I'm in a competitive route. And everything being defaulted to automatic, again, terrible. This is supposed to be a game where you're supposed to actually play the game, not have the game play itself. We really need to go back to the slider and get the players to actually play the game. Please. I really, 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 really immensely don't like the change to the pricing here. The slider was far preferable. It allowed you to undercut the competition. Here, low is just low. If you set yours to low and the computer sets his to low, who's lower? There is no lower. At least with the slider bar, you could slide it. So if the enemy's at 70%, you can go to 60%. If the enemy's at 60%, you can go to 50%. But this, we went from having 15 variable prices to 3 prices. That's a bad we're moving backwards here. So this is the biggest thing that I have to gripe about is the changes to how the pricing is done on the airlines. Otherwise, concourses, for instance, I hyped that concourses weren't really being used. They're being used now. I think right now the current iteration of concourses is fairly decent. Where I do still have an issue is infrastructure in places you want to be your cool airports still are unable to be altered. Yes, you can now add concourses, it looks like. You can fund new concourses, but you cannot fund new building slots. Give us the ability to fund new building slots. Let it be expensive, but give us the ability to fund new building slots. The concourses was a step in the right direction, but we also need building slots in our RPG headquarters. And lastly, it seems like my feedback about pricing was completely ignored. We are back in the same situation we were before, in that this game is still stupidly simple. And why is it still stupidly simple? Because you make gobs and gobs of money. And why do you make gobs and gobs of money? Because everything is still far, far, far too cheap. For instance, let's just, I don't know, let's go to Panama City. I'm going to fly into Panama City and create a hub here. I did this last time. I don't think... so here I am in Panama City. Now I'm going to branch out from Panama City, and I am far earlier in the game than I was last time that I made this point. But once again, money is not an issue. So here I have this new hub that I've created in Panama City. And here's the part that's the problem. When I click on this, and I click on this, it's too cheap. I click on this, I click on this, it's still so damn cheap. All of this stuff, like building a lounge, really, only $21,000 to build a lounge. To upgrade the lounge, way too cheap. All this stuff is still way, 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 way too cheap. I can just be like, anywhere I set up a hub, I can just set up the hub, and the hub's set. I could buy all the buildings, totally upgrade them, and I don't even have to think about it because I have so much money. It's a no-brainer. Just go in, buy it all, max upgrade it. The game spirals or snowballs into the player making so much money so fast because everything in the game is too cheap. All of these things need to be far more expensive. I said this last time, I'm going to say it again. You need to make these things way, 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 way more expensive. But otherwise, the AI, I believe, is playing better. It's doing a better job competing, etc. Though I haven't played as far into this particular game as I did the last one, I do feel that the AI that started with me here in North America has done a far better job in attempting to compete with me. So I guess my main issues here are things are still way too cheap, concourses have definitely gotten better, AI has definitely gotten better, the ticket pricing of the planes has gone backwards. We need the slider to return to to go from being able to have 15 different prices to 3 is a huge step backwards. And the statistics are a huge 2 thumbs up. I think that covers the feedback this time around. I would say that we took 3 steps forward and 1 step back when it comes to the ticket prices. So please bring the old slider way of doing the ticket prices back, or better yet, let us actually manually type in a number to set the ticket price. Maybe we want it to be $99. Give us the ability to write 99. Then we could have infinite amount of undercutting that we could do. If they set it to 98, we can set ours to 97. If they set theirs to 97, we can set ours to 96. But just having this low, medium, high prices is no bueno. No bueno. But yeah, that's what I have to say about the current iteration of Puffin Planes. Definitely going in the right direction. 2 thumbs up. And hopefully you'll think about what I've said, what I've had to say today, and keep up the good work. Anyway, I'm James Johnson, aka Softblade. This is my content. Hopefully you're enjoying it. If so, please smash that like button, consider subscribing, and until the next time, peace.